We are going to get to all of those stories, but first want to give you a live look out over downtown Denver as the sun is coming up. We hope that your Friday is off to a good start. Hopefully, if you have the day off, a little bit more of a relaxed, slow start. Catch up on a little sleep maybe after staying up late with the fireworks and all that good stuff. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Anusha Roy.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. Let's get check with that forecast now with Ed Green. Ed, good morning, my friend.
And good morning. If you liked yesterday, I think you're going to like today because we're going to have the temperature right back into the low 80s. We should be 89 for this time of year, so we're well below normal. Look at the nice cool morning we've got going on over the eastern plains right now. We've got 50s and 60s for the east. Look at the mountains, 30s and 40s for the temperatures at this hour. 71 over there. They're a little bit warmer in Grand Junction. So as we take a look today, another dry day. We did see a couple of storms develop over the eastern plains. They're just moving out of the state right now. They will continue to do that. A dry air mass for the most part will be around here. And with that, a high of 83 degrees today with mostly sunny skies. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. Once again, we'll see a high around near 90. Then 79 degrees as the cold front comes through on Sunday. Chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm. And then we start to get a little bit of a warm up back in the mid to upper 80s with a late day shower or thunderstorm for your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Viewer video that shows the strength of a fire that crews in Aurora rolled up to late last night. This is on the 100 block of South Sable Boulevard near Alameda and 225. The fire department calls that a multi-family structure. Crews arrived to find heavy fire on the backside of one of the buildings extending into the attic. They did make quick work of that fire, bringing it under control. They stopped it from spreading to nearby buildings. One neighbor says it was probably one of the most intense fires he's ever seen.
It was a little bit of like a brush fire that kind of turned into something a little bit more. But after kind of looking and they kind of flashed the flashlights on it a little bit more, it just looks like something maybe just directly hit it.
We still don't know what caused this fire. Investigators are still working on that right now. They say 4 units were badly damaged because of it, but only one minor injury was reported. That person was taken to the hospital.
Well, that's not the only fire that impacted people's homes. Denver Fire had its own to deal with near 52nd and Altura last night. That's in the city's Montbello neighborhood. 2 homes were impacted by this fire, which started sometime before midnight. Crews managed to put out most of the flames in both homes that they've since been working on to confirm all hotspots are out. The Red Cross is helping the people who live there. No word on a cause for those fires either at this point.
And those fires all come as families were celebrating the 4th of July holiday. This is some of the pictures of just some of the fireworks that we spotted across the Denver skyline. They went off all evening and into the overnight hours. They were lighting up the night sky, even though setting off fireworks like this within the city is not legal.
Police in Wheat Ridge employed the use of drones to search for illegal fireworks, but an expert says it's not as easy as it sounds. Greg Dupre teaches Coloradans, including first responders, how to fly drones. He says even officers have to follow FAA rules. They can't fly drones above 400 feet or farther than their line of sight. While he says using drones to find illegal fireworks is a great idea, it's also a tough assignment. And he says more and more people are turning to fireworks alternatives.
Ironically, they're using drones to investigate something that may sort of be threatened anyway by the fact that a bunch of drones together in a choreographed show is nearly as entertaining. But drones are never going to get to, that ending of the show, that bam, 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 boom, which we're all waiting for at the end. No, I don't think drones are going to be able to pull it off.
Wheat Ridge police declined our interview request, saying that they plan to use drones to react to community fireworks concerns and identify potential fires. 2 people are facing charges after a big fight broke out at the swim beach at Cherry Creek State Park. This happened Thursday afternoon. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office says about 50 people were involved in the fight. One park ranger was hurt in the scuffle, and they are expected to be okay.
And this holiday was unfortunately marked by tragedy in Morgan County, where 4 people died in a crash between a truck and a UTV. Colorado State Patrol says that UTV was headed north when it didn't stop at a stop sign. This was roughly 20 miles south of the town of Brush. A Dodge Ram truck then ran into it. All 4 people on that UTV died Wednesday afternoon. The person driving the truck also did go to the hospital with serious injuries.
A driver has turned himself in after hitting a woman in Denver overnight Wednesday, then taking off. We first brought you this story on Thursday morning. It happened near Spear and Colfax, and that woman died at the hospital. The driver is being held for investigation of vehicular homicide and fleeing the scene of a crash.
A person in Pueblo County now has the human plague. The city's health department hasn't said how they got it or how they are doing at this point. People can get the plague after being bitten by infected fleas or by touching an infected person or animal, even inhaling droplets from their coughs. Symptoms are fever, chills, severe headache, muscle aches, and nausea. The plague can be treated with antibiotics.
Nearly 3 months after tax day in Colorado, several taxpayers are wondering where their state refund is. Dwight Hall filed on March 15th. He's owed $1,700. Hall lost his wife last year. Because of that, he had to file a paper return. He is wondering if that had anything to do with the delay, and he says he's tried calling the Department of Revenue, but hasn't had any luck getting through.
There's no way to get a hold of them. I mean, they're like a secret society. You know, they're out there, you know they're there, but you don't know anything, whatever they're doing or anything.
We reached out to the Department of Revenue this week. They blamed the delay on a historic number of tax returns filed, some 3 million. That is up 7% from the year before. The spokesman for the Department of Revenue asked for people to have patience.
There was a witness to a major development regarding Colorado's Monolith. Just one man said he was lucky enough to see it come down this week. Richard Kirsch drove over an hour from Arvada to Morning Fresh Dairy Farm in Larimer County. It was the first thing in the morning, around 7 a.m., and he was the only one there when a team pulled up with a forklift, and he watched as they unbolted the Monolith and then hauled it away.
So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to do something with this Monolith. Little did I know or expect them to take it down, and that's exactly then what they did. I was lucky enough to be there, and there was nobody else, no other photographer. It was just me. Good timing, lucky timing on my part.
So the farm didn't say where they took the Monolith, just that they're keeping it safe and that they took it down because they were overwhelmed by the number of visitors. And if the person who put it there wants it back, that they should send the farm an email.
A developer wants to add a new access road and parking lot near the Manitou Incline. David Jenkins sent a letter to the Manitou Springs Mayor and City Council laying out his proposal to donate 18 acres of land to make this happen. He says it would help with extra congestion on Ruxton Avenue from Manitou Incline hikers and the Cog Railway. The proposal asks the city to build a corridor to offer another route for visitors and a place for them to park all within the next 3 years. Some homeowners living near the proposed new road and parking lot, though, are against this idea.
It's going to impact the neighborhood in ways that I don't particularly look forward to.
Bringing more cars and roads into a community does not increase safety. It reduces it.
This land donation and proposal will be discussed at a city council meeting on July 16th. Now, this is just a presentation. The city says it will not hear public comments on this proposal just yet.